Good evening, welcome to We Repair. So tonight I am working on a HP Pavilion 15-inch laptop. So I've already looked at this, so I know exactly what the problem is with it already, and I've done the diagnosis, but I'm going to walk you through the repair anyway. So this has been dropped to me. You plug mains power in, it turns on, you unplug the charger, it turns off. I've already had a quick look inside just to see what the actual situation is. I know there's a problem with the battery, which I'll show you further in a minute. I have already preemptively ordered a brand new replacement battery, so we're ready to get that fitted. Whole repair end to end shouldn't take any more than about 10 minutes at the very most. It's quite a quick one. So quite a sensibly spec'd HP. As I say, it's 15-inch Pavilion. And yeah, we'll crack straight on. I'll walk you through the repair. So there's a couple of deceiving little bits. There's a pinhole cover here in the middle. There's no screw under it. Don't remove it. One to note that I have actually already removed. I didn't want to put it back because I didn't want to keep taking this rubber strip out. But in the middle of this rubber strip at the back of the laptop, there is a screw. So you will need to pry it up at one end and peel it back. So that did sting me the first time I looked at this, so just be aware of it. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to get all the screws out of the base, and then we're going to make our way through the laptop. Only ones to mention, the two screws at the back and the corners that I'm just removing now, they are a different size. So make sure you put those back in the right place. They're the ones for the hinges. The rest are all the same size throughout, so it doesn't matter where you put them back as long as you take them out. There is about 10 of them, not very many. This middle one here that I removed a second ago, that holds your CD drive in place, so you can just pull that out with your nail. There's no screws along this side, so really, really easy. And then we'll just do the 4 along the front. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you will need some kind of spudger in a minute to hopefully pry this open. Preferably a plastic one if you've got one. If you haven't, one of these ones will be absolutely fine. So, a bit like the other HPs I've done previously, open the laptop up and we're prying between the black edge here and the blue lip of the laptop. And just like that, you'll start to release it. So work your way along the front edge to start with, just unhooking the clips all the way. When you get to the side, you do need to be really aware of the I/O, so ports and such. This side's not too bad because it has the CD drive on it. The other side is where all the main parts are. We do have USBs at the top here, so just be really careful of those. So that is now unhooked. We spin it around to this side. So obviously we've got our main I/O down here. We are just going to be sort of fairly gentle, just not putting the pry tool in too far, because you don't want to damage any of that, because that'll be costly to repair, because nearly all of it is soldered on the motherboard. So once we're there, it should now more or less come free, just like that. So there's our base. So I'll just pop that off to one side. Here's the inner workings of our laptop. So the bit that we're interested in is here. We'll come back to that in just a second. If you wanted to do your RAM upgrade, you would obviously remove this one DIMM and upgrade it to whatever you want. I think the working limit on this laptop is about 32 gig. So you could put two 16 gig DIMMs in if you've got the budget for that. We've got a standard 2.5-inch hard drive there. So again, SSD that if you want some speed, but the laptop is actually fine on its own. In terms of unhooking this battery then, a couple of different ways we can go about it. So you can unhook it up here from the battery side, or you can unhook it just here on the motherboard from the motherboard side. We will unhook it here, so just pushing away from you, and then just make sure the ribbon is nice and loose like that. 3 screws holding it in place. And again, all the same size, can't really get them muddled up. So there's 1, there's there's 2, and there's 3. So that's your battery. Now, I don't know how well you can make this out, but the battery is beginning to puff up, which is why I sort of said, I know this is failing before I even look at it. You can tell if you just look at the 2 side by side, this one is much fatter than that one. So the battery is very much on its way out. So what we'll do, we'll just pull this ribbon out because we do need to take that across to our new battery. They are exactly the same model, this BP02XL. So there we go. Again, slot that back in there. Job done. So that's back in place. So we'll get this one screwed back down now, which won't take us any more than a minute or 2. So we're about halfway through the repair now, and we're all of 5 minutes in. So it's really not a long job. Doesn't take a lot of effort. I am talking to the owner about doing an SSD upgrade on this as well, so I may feature that in the near future. But as for the moment, we will just do the battery. So we'll get this hooked back into its little cable run, so it's out of the way, and then we will plug the battery back in if it wants to go in. I'm not going to force it if it doesn't. It shouldn't need forcing really. Okay, it's not happy on one side, so let's just check we've not got any bent pins. We have got a bent pin there, so let's just grab a very small screwdriver and just bend that back a little bit. The last thing we want to do is force anything. It's a bit too far up now. There we go, that's bent back in now, so that's perfect. Let's just see if we can get this in one go this time. There we go, perfect. So these things happen, but it's all correctable as long as you're sensible about it. So that's our battery reconnected, it's quite firm at both sides. Next thing we're going to do, we'll get our base back on. So again, just being aware of where the back is and where the front is. So we're lining our slot up here with our slot here where our CD drive would go. And it is just a push down job, and you should hear it click all the way around. Just like that. And then once you hear your click stopped, then that's it, you're fitted in. Now the first thing we're going to do, just so we don't get this muddled up, we're going to do our 2 corner screws so that we don't put those in the wrong places. Just like that. We'll get our CD drive and slot that in, and we'll do that one next, just so that we know we've got that fitted in and we're not messing around trying to do it afterwards. And then from there on, we will get all of our other screws in place. So do these 2 first, and then we'll do our front ones. And then the last one I'll do is the one I haven't shown you yet, which is the one that is sat under this rubber strip. So turn that round, bring our 4 screws back in, and then we'll just quickly pop these ones back in, just like so. And then we'll complete the repair by doing that back one. And then in one nice simple take, we've done a complete battery replacement, and we'll just do a power on test once we're finished, just to make sure that everything is all working. Probably should have done that before I buttoned it up, in all fairness, but I have faith that this will be absolutely fine. Let's grab my 1 remaining screw. So with this rubber strip, easiest way to get it up is something pointy. Get under there. As I've already released it, it will come up with my nails, so I don't need to do that. Pro tip for getting it back down, slot the end in first and then work your way along and just squidge everything back down nicely. Just like that. So that is all done now. So we'll just do a quick power on test. This should have some charge in it already. It does. So the power lights come on and the screens immediately come on as well, which is more than we were seeing before. So let's just flip that back off again. And then that is this repair done. So this has already had a bit of a clean up. The owners asked me to do, which I can show you if you want to see that in future. I may do an SSD replacement on this yet. So if I do an SSD replacement, I will come back and I will film another video and show you that. But in the interim, that is it. So this is a battery replacement done on a HP Pavilion. Specific model is a 15-AU183SA. Lovely laptop, very straightforward repair. Done in under 10 minutes, even with a little bit of bending back of that pin for the power supply. Anyway, if you found the video useful, please drop me a like and leave me a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Anything else you want to see, just drop me some notes on the channel and I will do my best to film it and show you that. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.